Hello, viewers. This is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series, and I decided to record this video because this is like the fifth deck tonight, as in like the past hour or two that I've seen that's mono blue, and I can't find a deck list for it on Top 8, but I'm wondering if maybe these guys know something that I don't. Okay, attacking in with the Needle Spires, 2-1 Double Strike. Rather keep his thing in the ice. But, it's not something that I've seen, is mono blue. I mean, there was a mono blue Eldrazi deck before SOI that didn't make top 8s, but I saw occasionally online. Another Startled Awake. That's 26 cards that he's milled off so far. And counter to Gideon with Clash of Wills. So, 27 cards, 21 left in his deck, and so far, all he's managed to do is Needle Spires. Granted, Needle Spires is doing damage, and the mono blue deck is down to 8. 2 more attacks with the Needle Spires, and he's dead. Okay, there's Sphinx's Tutelage. So, it is a mono blue mill deck. The last couple mono blue decks that I saw were mono blue control. I never saw any mill elements, but they could have been in there. It's just I wouldn't have seen them. Displacement Wave. So Thing in the Ice is down to 1 counter. That's a lot of mana. Planar Outburst with Awaken. 1 mana open, no way to counter it. So kills off the Thing in the Ice and gets him a 4/4 Forest. Okay, Sphinx's Tutelage knocks out 2 cards. Ooh, Oath of Gideon and Arlen Cord. Arlen would have been a really good top deck right here. But he mans up the Needle Spires. If blue can't stop him, this is going to be 8 damage and the game. What does blue got? Engulf the Shore. Return to their owner's hands all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands you control. That is a very powerful card in a mono blue deck. 4 mana, and, even at 4 mana, that's every creature with toughness 4 or less gone. Let alone at this point with 8. So, down to 12 cards in deck. Manning up the Needle Spires. And lets the 4 damage go through. So he is down to 4. Oath of Gideon. No response. I was expecting something like a negate or maybe a Clash of Wills for 1. Okay, 2 more cards down. This Naya aggro deck is down to 10 cards in his deck. Okay, he is paying the mana to activate Sphinx's Tutelage. Knocks him down to 8 cards. Manic Scribe, top 3, puts him down to 5 and gives him a 0/3. He does have Delirium, so he loses 3 more cards, and I think that's the game. I think he mills him out at this point. Oath of Chandra. No! Oath of well, I was, okay, you should have oathed him. Or is it only target creature? It is only target creature. I thought it was creature or opponent. that's actually not at all as good as I thought it was. But it does kill off the blocker. He does have the mana to man up the Needle Spires, and the mono blue deck concedes. That was ridiculously close. You know, that Oath of Chandra won him that game. He only had one mana to respond with. He had a 0/3 blocker, so he was going to block the Needle Spires regardless. So that was ridiculously close. One card left in his deck. So let's go to game 2. Okay, turn 2 Thing in the Ice. Oath of Nissa from the Naya aggro side. Finds Canopy Vista. Throws it down. Honestly, for a second there, I was afraid that he took this hand with one land. Okay, passing it back. Another Oath of Nissa. And that's another thing that this mono blue deck has going for it. Thing in the Ice is a 2-drop 0/4, which is a great blocker. And if your opponent is a little slow off the starting line, like Naya is right now, you're just building up mana that you're leaving open so that you can counter whatever he plays, provided you have the counter in hand. And then, even if you can't, if it's a creature, it has a pretty tough time trying to get through Thing in the Ice. So, end of turn, Anticipate knocks off a counter on Thing in the Ice, so it's down to 3. And 4 mana open. Manic Scribe, so that knocks off the top 3. Ooh, got rid of a Roast. That would have been really helpful against the Thing in the Ice. Gets rid of Nahiri and Oath of Nissa. Well, there's Arlen Cord, which can throw down a 2/2 as a blocker, though, you know, a couple of 0-power creatures isn't really going to... He's not going to attack with them, even though he could. So, the 0-power transforms her, so now creatures she controls gets +1/+1 and trample until the end of turn for +1. 3 damage to target creature or player for -1 and transform back. -6, you get an emblem with creatures you control have haste, and tap this creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. So the wolf attacks in. He did not use her ability. So, is he going to -1 to kill off the Manic Scribe? Yes, he is. I think he was vaguely hoping that he would have blocked the Thing in the Ice, but Engulf the Shore. He has 5 islands, so that clears the board. And fizzles her abilities, so she stays a werewolf right now. And follows it up with Nahiri, since he only has 1 mana. +2, discard a card, and if you do draw a card, he gets rid of Oath of Gideon. So this is... Honestly, this deck looks a lot more like Naya Super Friends than a Naya Aggro deck. He's running a lot of Planeswalkers. Pour over the pages. 5 mana, draw 3 cards, untap 2 lands, or up to 2 lands, and then discard a card. He gets rid of an island, and plays his Thing in the Ice again. Orbs of Warding. I haven't seen this card in quite a long time. It is good in most situations. I mean, you have hexproof, very good. He can't target you with anything, though not really this deck's forte. Mono blue is not really targeting the opponent very much. But preventing one damage is sort of helpful. Okay. Activates Fury, discards a Nissa. But again, not really Mono Blue's forte, dealing damage. So the -1 for 3 damage hit him in the face. So this is actually quite a stalemate at the moment. Mono Blue is kind of stuck. I mean, most of the control that we've seen from him are counterspells, which we haven't seen a whole lot of. And then bouncing creatures, which he doesn't have any of right now. So Nahiri is at 8. So he goes for another +2 so that she won't die when he discards an Arlen Cord. Okay, makes a wolf token to flip her. Follows it up with Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. Void Shatter on Nissa. Response from Super Friends is Stasis Snare on the Thing in the Ice. Blue does have 3 mana open, so if he has a Negate or another Void Shatter or... Oh, what's the... I can't remember what that spell is called. Okay, he fires off Anticipate in response. Spell Shrivel. That's what I was thinking of. Where's that 4 or greater? It's been a while, and counters really haven't been that popular. But he didn't get anything that he needed with Anticipate. Not that it would have helped since he only had 1 mana open. So he concedes the game. So Naya Super Friends takes it over the Mono Blue Mill deck. Both decks are interesting. That first game was like razor's edge close. But that was Mono Blue Mill versus Naya Super Friends. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.